The Home Buying Checklist. Hi there, it's Luigi, and welcome to Catapult Capitalism, your guide in making smart financial moves for your future. If you enjoy watching our videos, feel free to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get updated whenever we upload a new video. In today's video, we are going to show you the important things to consider before buying your first house. If you're interested to know, then keep on watching. Buying a home is probably the most complicated financial transaction that the average person does. Because there are so many parts to buying a home buying checklist will be helpful. Now, let's go through the checklist. 1. Make sure you are ready to buy. Most people don't give this as much thought as they should. Most of the time, people decide to buy a house because of something outside of themselves. Some of these are well-meaning family and friends and a culture that puts a lot of value on buying a home. But before you shoot, you should think about a few important things. Am I ready for the long-term commitment that comes with buying a house? Will I be okay with doing things like landscaping, shoveling snow, and sometimes a never-ending list of repairs that need to be done? Do I plan to live in the house for at least 5 years, or am I likely to want to move in a year or two because of my job or my own sense of direction? Do I really have enough money to buy a house, or will I have to stretch my budget to a point where it's uncomfortable? Give honest answers to these questions. If you get too many no answers, it might be better to keep renting for a while. Ownership means making a commitment, and you shouldn't buy if you don't think you can do that. 2. Get pre-qualified for financing. To do this, you must talk to a mortgage lender and fill out an application. The pre-qualification will be based on the information you give, and the lender usually won't ask you to show proof of your income, job, or savings. It's not a green light, and it shouldn't be taken that way. But it does tell you important things about how much financing you can get. You can get an idea of how much house you can afford by adding the amount of your planned down payment to the loan amount. 3. Make a plan to save for your down payment that will work. If you don't want to get a mortgage with no down payment, like a VA loan, an FHA, or a conventional loan with help for the down payment, you'll need at least 3 to 5% of the home's price as a down payment. If you put down more money, let's say 20% or more, you might not need expensive private mortgage insurance or PMI. A bigger down payment can also help you qualify for a home that costs more. Start working right away to save up money for your down payment. This could be a long-term savings plan or a windfall from your bank account as money from selling personal items or getting a tax refund. 4. Work on your credit rating. When you get pre-qualified for a mortgage, the lender will probably look at your credit report. Ask for that report so you can find out what your credit score is. Your credit score has a lot to do with how much of a loan you can get and how much it will cost you. If your score is higher, you will be able to get a bigger loan at a lower rate. Use the time between getting pre-approved for a loan and actually applying for one to improve your credit score. If you raise your score by 40 or 50 points, your rate can go down, which means your monthly payment will be less. 5. Choose the type of home you want. This is when the process of buying a home gets fun. Make a list of the things you want in your new home. For example, do you want a house with 1 story or 2 stories, 3 or 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, maybe 3 bathrooms? Do you want a large property with lots of room to grow, or a small one that is easy to take care of? Would you like a single-family house or a condo? A fixer-upper or one ready to move in? Spend some time thinking about the location as well. In reality, location, location, location are the 3 rules of real estate. Even though this rule is kind of a joke, it's very true. The location will affect how much you pay for the house, which school district you'll be in, how close you are to shops and places to have fun, and even how long it'll take to get to work. The location should usually be the first thing you think about since it's one of the only things you can't change after you buy a home. You can make the house bigger, improve its features, and add amenities, but you can't move it. 6. Get your mortgage approved ahead of time. When you get pre-qualified, you talk to a mortgage lender to find out how much you can borrow based on your income and credit score. Most of the pre-qualification is for your own benefit. Pre-approval is a step up from pre-qualification, which is just a preliminary check. You'll actually be applying for your mortgage as the name suggests. During the process, you have to show proof of your income, job, and savings. The lender will check your credit report and any co-borrower's credit reports and then decide whether to give you approval or not. That approval will depend only on the conditions of the closing and the choice of a good property. 7. Choose the right real estate agent. You'll want to make sure the agent you work with cares about more than just closing deals. Those people are only interested in making as many sales as possible. But you are not a deal. You are a person or a couple who wants to buy the right home. For that, you'll need the help of a real estate agent with the right drive. The agent should spend a lot of time asking you questions about the type of home you want and where you want it to be. The agent should also spend some time getting to know you, finding out what you like, and building trust. The best way to find a good real estate agent is to ask people you know who have used an agent to buy a home and had a good experience with it. Ask people you know, like, and work with. If you hear about the same agent more than once, it's likely you've found the right person. If you have a pre-approval, your mortgage is already set up. All that will be left to do is look for and buy the right property. 8. Start looking at houses. For this step, we're not just talking about houses. It could be a condo unit or some other type of home. Anyway, at this point, you will have 3 important parts of the home buying process in place: your financial qualifications, the type and location of the home you want, and a real estate agent that you're comfortable working with. Now that you have these, it's time to start looking at potential homes. You can use websites like Realtor.com and Zillow to look for properties that are for sale. Since real estate agents usually list properties on both sites, your agent should be able to help you visit those properties. Make sure to look at more than one place before you decide. Even if the first house you look at turns out to be perfect, you should still look at a few more. Sometimes you can't find the perfect home until you've looked at all the others. 9. Make an offer. Once you've found the right home, it's time to make an offer. Your real estate agent will take care of all the details of that offer, which is good news. Still, make sure the agent tells you everything in the offer. Even though it may be called an offer, once the seller accepts it, it becomes the contract of sale. There are several things you should know about an offer. Here's a quick rundown. The price, the expected date of the closing, a clause that lets you back out of the contract if you can't get a mortgage, which shouldn't be a problem if you've already been pre-approved, whether the seller will pay some or all of your closing costs or not, a rule about home inspections, a list of any non-real estate items that will be included in the sale, like a refrigerator, washer, or dryer, or property features like a gazebo or an above-ground pool, and lastly, any repairs you want to be done before the sale closes. Even though the real estate and mortgage industries try to make it seem as easy as going through McDonald's drive-thru, the process of buying a home is actually quite complicated. There are a lot of details that need to be worked into your plan. And the only way to make sure nothing gets missed is with a good house checklist. And that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to click like, subscribe, and hit that notification icon so you can be notified whenever we upload new videos. Thank you so much for tuning in to Catapult Capitalism, and we'll see you later.